Tim?
Let's go!
Let's go.
Oh my god. What just happened?
Oh my god.
None of Danny's falls are sped up. That's just how fast he exits the wall.
Talking.
All right, welcome to the Ross and Tim channel, and goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah. Well, as you can tell from the title of this video, we're splitting up, and I think this has been something that. So
there's gonna be a lot of little edits in this.
I should do tea reviews. I've been drinking a lot of tea.
Alright, if you're new to the channel, I'm Ross, this is Tim. We started this channel like 2 years ago, maybe more. No. 2, less. Somewhere between 1 and 5 years ago. We were both on the US national team last year and kind of traveling through Europe. And we'd always like talked about filming and like making content together and maybe even like a YouTube channel. And all of a sudden we were just like sitting in this hotel room in Switzerland and we're like, screw it, like let's just do it. We're gonna be traveling for the next like 6 months together and like experiencing all these amazing places and competitions. So why don't we just do this together and we can push each other to train harder, climb better, learn more. And that's kind of like how the channel first got its shape.
I think it's really important to see that like Ross and Tim isn't this, year and a half long like vlog partnership. We're friends.
So much deeper than that.
We're friends, we're competitive climbers, we're competitive with each other, we're also instructional people for each other. Ross really has been like one of my biggest mentors in competition climbing and in just like experiences in life growth, I've ever had.
Likewise.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, we've really been there for each other for, every step of the way. And this vlog thing was just, it was an interesting thing to try to embark on together, but we quickly realized that we probably wanted to do it different ways.
Ultimately, we're kind of like looking like 5 years down the line and realize that it's going to be beneficial for both of us to have our own kind of portfolios of work and not kind of like dilute each other's brand, if that makes sense. Like obviously we're still going to like be doing collaborations together and like collaborative videos. Like even after this video, like we'll do a couple just classic like Ross and Tim sessions and post them on his new channel to try and get as many people to follow over there too. So right now, go subscribe to his channel right now. He's got some new really cool videos on that. He's been on a competition rampage, winning like every competition you do basically. But from a bunch of different perspectives, it sucks, but it just makes sense to kind of start our own channel sooner than later.
Ross is still going to be on this channel creating tons of cool content, his life experiences, and sharing, the content the way that he wants to share. For those of you who have followed us since, day one of Ross and Tim, thank you so much.
All right, session time.
Pew!
duration was that?
2 hours, 3 hours. Oh gosh. Almost bleeding now. Block, dude.
Ross and I have been friends. How long? Are you? 14 years.
14 years.
I've been climbing for 10 years. So
I'm
when
21, he's
I'm 23. When I started climbing, Ross was already like making nationals finals. Like pretty sure he already won a nationals. Like, and fast forward, I mean, Ross and I became really quick, good training partners. And when I was about 17, so 4 years into my climbing journey, our coach had left, and I kind of took a little bit of hold and a little bit of grasp into like our direction as as athletes. And Ross was probably the first person to like really step up and say like, I want to do this seriously too. When I started climbing.
like very, very good coach too, so check him out.
TestiesClimbing.com.
Boom.
I'm full.
Don't check him out, but if you were to check him out, that's
where you would
check
check
him
me
out.
out. Check out the podcast.
Yeah, for like a year straight, it was just like Tim and I training our asses off every day from like 4 p.m. to like 10. Driving home from the gym every day, I just have to blast like the loudest music I could find to like stay awake for like the half-hour drive home because I was always just so gassed after every session.
That was when I was starting to take a lot of like just seriousness and experimenting as a coach, as an athlete, like pushing my peers around me. And Ross really was the person who was stepping up and like challenging me as a coach and challenging me as a competitive climber. And we've been friends, but also competitors with each other for such a long time. And I think the thing that like really kept us together was, one, how deeply we wanted to be creative in this industry and like try to provide experiences for ourselves, but also for other people. And two, just like how hard we were willing to work. I think that's the thing that fueled our vlog initially. And as we get like further and further into our process, realizing that like just things can be different.
It's always fun to have someone who like pushes you to think differently and pushes you to think outside your own like comfort zone, and that's like why we were such good, and still are like such good training partners, except we just haven't been able to freaking link up together because life is hectic in like the best way possible. Like after every comp we'd have like a big old debrief and like try and deconstruct what went well and what went right, and we would always have like really different perspectives, and that made those conversations like even more fun and engaging.
My background for the last couple of years has been, I try to show myself in a way that I'm a rock climber, I'm a coach. I like to share just high-level thoughts in the climbing industry. And if you guys have followed either the podcast that my friend Josh and I do, or if you've gotten coached by me, or you follow my Instagram, or like I portray myself in a way that like authentic but informative experiences are like my priority, and that's kind of what I hope to highlight in my blog. Another thing that's really important to me are sharing experiences from like the ground view. I think Ross does a really good job of like showing how like just like how cool things are, but I like to provide just more context for like what's actually happening. And I think like we're the perfect balance for each other in that way. But those things can't all be together in the same like video. Like those things just like don't exist in the same video. And we've tried that stuff that when we did do content together, like we were constantly butting heads of like how something can be portrayed and like what we're trying to provide, right? So hopefully you guys will follow us still, consuming at a high level, and we're just sharing those experiences. We're just like high level critics and high level reviewers.
We are definitely high level critics. If your coffee is acidic, I'm gonna call that shit out because it's just bad coffee.
I should do tea reviews. I've been drinking a lot of tea.
Whoa, what are your favorite teas?
Lately I've been on a very like fruity iced tea type journey. I've been drinking a lot of hibiscus.
A lot of hibiscus, folks.
It's got a weird like intro taste. It brings out fruity notes like really well.
Yeah.
It balances fruity notes really well. I also drink matcha like a lot. I've been drinking a lot less caffeine, which makes me really sad. So
I have not been drinking any less coffee.
Anyway, if you want to see tea reviews,
tea reviews, coffee reviews, that's what the channel's being. Yeah. Anyways, we gotta get climbing. We're gonna have a super fun session here.
I coach boarded last night pretty hard. I'm pretty wrecked.
I'm just doing a big hanging, like little bit of campus boarding session.
right.
Doing some hamstring PT still. Unfortunately, it feels like it's been forever, but they're getting stronger and just trying to not unnecessarily strain anything. So I just do hangs and pull-ups now. So
Yeah.
that's what this channel is going to be. It's just creatine and hanging.
So to close, Ross and I are not breaking up. We're not. We're good friends. We've been friends for 10 years. We've gone through a lot of life together, and this is just splitting our direction in terms of like how we want to represent ourselves.
It's the beginning of a new chapter. Equally exciting, but just slightly different.
I finally am at a place where I can slow down coaching a little bit and vlog more. I'm definitely not slowing down coaching. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm definitely going to be coaching still a ton and podcasting a ton. Got myself a camera, so I'm stoked to film and share a lot. And yeah, that channel will be linked. We'll be constantly linking to each other's channels, so it will be easy to find. Just click down on this link and check out my channel.